Joe Coy and Chelsea Handler broke up. I was about to call her Chelsea Lately. So many people think her name is Chelsea Lately. Now, I didn't hear about the news right away. I was actually talking to Joe before the news broke. Like, I talked to him about 5 hours before the news broke. And then I texted him after I heard the news. And, you know, he had a sweet message and everything. But my wife sent me the information about Chelsea and Joe Coy breaking up. And she was crushed. So many women are crushed by this.
I am literally in mourning over this relationship. Now, I know Joe, of course, because he comes on my show. I've never met Chelsea, but I have loved Chelsea from afar.
Yeah.
When I'm telling you, I love Chelsea Handler. Like, she is like my spirit animal. I am like, girl, I need you in the world because I need to hear women's voices like that. Michael, I was thinking about it last night. By the way, you broke the news to me yesterday.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
When we were on the Morning Blend,
Yes.
I told you that they broke up and you were shocked. Like, you were physically hurt. Women get physically hurt about this.
It's like I am going through a breakup because I'm just mourning the loss of that connection. I enjoyed them. I love these two people together. I love them. And I'm having a hard time letting go. I had to go on their Instagram and I had to like, and I love both of them.
Yes.
I'm not doing sides.
No, I'm not doing sides either, but observing both posts, Chelsea's was long. Joe's was like 2 sentences. So that made me kind of wonder, like, what was going on. You know what I mean?
Did it make you wonder who's hurting more in this moment?
Or who broke up?
Well, yeah.
I think it's obvious possibly Chelsea called it off. Or did you see it the other way around?
I really don't know because they're both such good communicators that they knew to put out a super positive message, much like their relationship that was so mutually supportive. Their breakup seems to be really mutually supportive.
Well, it needs to be supportive because it's easier to be supportive. I mean, because they were only together a year. They were figuring each other out. They're both loved by the community. So the last thing you want to do is ruin each other, you know, no matter how bad it got or not. You know, the last thing you want to do if you're two successful people is hurt your brand for a relationship if it's not going to work out. It's kind of like celebrities. They could cheat on each other, but hey, they try to keep it as PC as possible. Now, I'm not saying that's Chelsea and Joe at all. I think it's just, hey, this didn't work out. Let's move on. But they're both at the top of their game right now. Joe just sold out 7 shows, stadium shows in Hawaii. Chelsea's crushing it on tour.
And Chelsea just filled in for Jimmy Kimmel, and just killed it, rocked it, always killing it, Chelsea. But their post together was something that really literally was keeping me happy and optimistic during the pandemic. Listen, Michael, I've met Joe. You know them both. So I feel like you are in a position. Can you enlighten us a little bit
Let me tell you,
the dynamic between the two beyond what we know in public?
I was on Chelsea Lately when the show came out. And I was on all 7 or 8 seasons. And my job was to be the straight man on it. You know, I defended the celebrities and the comedians with crack jokes. And then I learned one thing about Chelsea, and I tell everybody this. Chelsea is the most loyal person you will ever meet in your life. If you are in her life, you will stay in her life, and she will take care of you when she can. Joe Coy is like a brother to me. He mentored me in comedy. He's the one of the first people to tell me to go after it. He took me on tour. He taught me how to do comedy right. He gave me the advice. And man, I just love those two so much. So when they got together, it was like, oh my God, two people that have impacted my life. Because without Chelsea, my career, I wouldn't probably not even started comedy. Because I was around so many great comedians at the time. I was like, oh, I should try, at least try. I would have never tried. It was never a dream of mine to do stand-up comedy. But as soon as I did, I fell in love. I go, this is what I was born to do because I'm open to opportunity. Without Chelsea, that would have never happened. Without Chelsea, Joe, I probably would have never met Joe. And he wouldn't have been my mentor. So that show, Chelsea Handler was lightning in a bottle. I call it the American Idol for comedians. Like literally you could be at that show when it was hot and sell out stadiums. I mean, not stadiums, sell out clubs. And that was because of Chelsea. Chelsea let everybody shine and she didn't mind. And Joe, think about it. Her show, her round table, it was her, 3 comedians and me. She would say her joke, let a comedian say the joke, let a comedian say the joke, let a comedian say the joke. I would say something, then it would go around one more time, then we're to the next topic. That was the formula. So her thing was everybody shine just as much as her. You know,
It's such a giving thing. You know what I mean?
It is.
Yeah. In that way, it's like, I know she doesn't have kids. Well, she has dog children. Of course, we all know
Yes,
about. She loves
yes.
her dog children.
you have
But
dog children as well.
I do. I
Yeah.
do. And I love my fur children for sure. I don't know. But in that way, like she's been like a mother figure to so many people. Like she helps other people shine the light. I need Chelsea in my life, Chelsea Handler, because she's a woman who has balls.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She doesn't
And
back down.
I don't know if you noticed, but women don't always have like the easiest way in this
Mhm.
world. So we need women, straight out smart, funny, sexy women who own it, like Chelsea Handler.
You know
like
what?
we need these women. We need
Yes.
the voice.
You know what?
I
That's
hear
what,
you, Chelsea. I love you.
That's what I loved about her. She made a comment that after she did Kimmel, she goes, "Oh, I'm gonna make a play to do late night," because she
Mm,
felt that
do it.
her doing Chelsea lately and being so successful would open the door to a lot more women to do late night. But it didn't.
Mhm.
It didn't. It was like, oh, nobody can do it like Chelsea. Let's close the door again. There were people that tried, but it didn't happen for them. Now she's like, well, if nobody else can do it, I'm gonna come back and do it. I
Do
gave
it.
everybody 10 years. Basically, I think the show was over 20. I gave everybody 8 to 10 years to get on. Well,
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to do it again. And good for
Yes.
her, man. Good for her.
Did you notice? So Chelsea's Instagram post was a video that they'd pre-shot celebrating their 1-year anniversary.
Because
Her and Joe.
they're always in different places all the time.
So they get together. It's like a lot of influencers, right? They're
Yeah.
doing these social media videos like when they didn't actually happen. So they had shot it before.
Which is interesting because when you're two people that are never in the same place,
Yeah.
you know, they probably have a content creator who's like, hey, for 8 hours today, we're just going to shoot a bunch of videos and lay them out.
Yeah.
You know, where it looks like we're together, but he could be on the other side of the world. She's on the other side of the world. But I
Yes.
guess that's the game we play today. I thought it was, I thought it was cute that, hey, this would have been the message on the 1 year. So
I thought
it was cute.
so sweet, actually,
Yeah.
for her to use that post. I think they're both being really brave. I'm telling you, I'm literally processing this myself. It's really affecting me. I think they're both being really, really brave and big because I know they're both hurting right now. So,
Well, we love you.
man,
We love you,
you.
Chelsea and Joe Coy.
We
I
love
love you
you.
both. Yeah.